Hey everyone, in this lesson we'll talk about how to schedule AWS Lambda functions using CloudWatch events. So this is like scheduling cron jobs on your EC2 instances or your local instances, but with AWS Lambda. So we might have something that we need to do every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 20, or every day, every hour, every month. And instead of having a server running or using your local computer, you can schedule those tasks with AWS Lambda. But as we know, Lambda needs a trigger. So in our trigger is going to be a CloudWatch event. CloudWatch has a thing where you can set up events, and you can call an alarm, or you can trigger a Lambda function and that kind of stuff. And when CloudWatch events will trigger a Lambda function, we can write some logic to do something. Write a file to S3 or stop my EC2 instance if it's 12 o'clock at night. I don't want to use any instances after 12 or something like that. Maybe you could do any logic, but this is the flow of what we will do. Now if I want to start with Lambda. Now I want to start with a new function. So if you go to services and Lambda, and this is where I am, what I'll do first is create a function, right? So we want a blueprint, and we'll just use a hello dash world, like a simple blueprint. I want to do Python, so hello world Python here, and my function, the name of my function will be Lambda CloudWatch event, I don't know, schedule job task, right? Anything you want that will make it easy for you to find which function is yours for a certain task. And the role, I will choose an existing role. Now I want to give this a role of admin access. Now you can only give it a role so that you can only do certain tasks. You don't want to give an admin role to your resources all the time. It's not considered a best practice. So for now I'll just give it an admin role, because it's just easy to do that. Now here you'll see the actual function, actual code that the blueprint has, the sample template has. So for now we'll just create a function and we'll change something in here. Okay, so right now what this is doing is it's just printing something. We won't be using this, so I'm just going to delete everything from here. Now print. So what we want to do is I have a function ready here where what I did was I will write something to my S3 bucket every minute or every hour or every day. So we're gonna do something every minute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my CloudWatch events trigger a Lambda function every minute, and we can write custom code. In this case, we're gonna do a simple code where we'll first of all import Bodo3. This is Python SDK, and import date time. So time equals. So what I did here is, so first of all why don't I copy everything and we can take it over there. So this is the code I wrote to write a simple file to Amazon S3 bucket every minute. or every hour, however you configure it in CloudWatch events. But what I did here was, first of all, import Bodo 3, the SDK, and I say client equals bodo3.client s3. So I'm using s3, and whenever I say client, I can refer to s3. I don't need this line. I'm going to remove this so that doesn't confuse you. So now the variable now is datetime.now, right? So why I am doing this is because I want the file name to be the time, the current time, so that we can see that the file is being written every minute. So file name, I say now.year dash now.month dash day dash hour dash minute and second. Okay, so and print file name, this is for my local testing. It will also be written to CloudWatch, but the actual thing I'll be doing is client.put object, right? So s3.put object, body of hi, bucket of my bucket name, and key of file name. Okay, so file name here is right here. So we'll refer to this, and the file name will be whatever time it is now. The body of the text will be hi, and it will put this to S3 bucket every minute. Now that every minute could be configured as every day, every hour, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, but this is for, we can say, every certain amount of time. But this is the actual logic. Now this is a simple thing. We probably won't do this in real life, but you know, we can do something like stop your EC2 instance if the time crosses 12 a.m. or 9 p.m. at night, because our office is closed at 9 and we don't need to use our EC2 instance, or back up your stuff at this time. So this can act as a blueprint for you if you want to try it. So let's save this and we'll move on to the CloudWatch part of this. So if I show you the triggers, I don't have a trigger, right? So I want to go to services, and in a new tab I will open CloudWatch, right? So configuration, CloudWatch. Now in the CloudWatch, if we go over to the events, rules, under events, I'm going to click on rules. Now I can create a rule, and I can choose scheduled rule, right? So I can use cron expression right here. It has 6 different slots. The last one, everything is same as Linux cron except for the last one, which is for the year. And now you could use this. They have a page where they detail on how to use the cron expression. So the first one is for minutes, second is for hours, day, month, day of the week, year, and it's a little bit different so than the Linux style, but this is the page you can find the rules for cron. But there is an even simpler way to use this, and which is just rate, right? Fixed rate of 5 minutes, fixed rate of 10 minutes. So if yours is as simple as saying every 5 or 10 minutes, you can use rate. Or if you want to do a bit more complex stuff, like every Monday to Friday, like something like this, you know, run at 6 p.m. every Monday through Friday, then you might want to use cron, and you can learn how to do that in this page. But for now, we just want to say every minute, because for this lesson we don't want to wait for 5 minutes to see our file written. And for target, I want to see, so the name of my Lambda function is this Lambda CloudWatch event schedule task, and after I choose the rate, I want to choose the targets, right? So my target is going to be, I can have anything, but I want to say Lambda function here. Select function, Lambda CloudWatch event scheduled. This is the one I just created. Add target. Oops. So actually this was my target. So configure details. I press here, and name I'm going to say Lambda schedule 1 minute. Puts a file to S3 every minute. Okay, so create a rule. Okay, so the rule was created, and if I go to my Lambda, if I go to triggers, you can see the trigger is added automatically, right? So I want to quickly show you what bucket I'm using. So the name of the bucket I'm using is November 4 test, and if I go to my S3 bucket, and if I go to my November 4 test, I have a few files here. I want to delete all the files, so just so we can start fresh. So I'm deleting everything. The bucket is empty. Now a file was written here 1251. It's 1251 now, so a newer file should be written at 1252:30. So I'm just gonna wait for a while, and that should be done. So in this way you can schedule your Lambda to do a certain task, and that's done through CloudWatch events, and you can use cron, or you can use what was that, rate. Right now this is easy fixed rate. It's easy to do this. Now cron can be more customized to your needs, Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. that kind of stuff. So for now rate was good, but cron is a very powerful tool too, so whichever suits your needs you can use that. And let's go check on S3, and there we go. So one more file written to S3. So in this way you can do a lot more tasks. This was a simple task. So if you want to take a screenshot of this and try it out yourself, you can do that. And that's how you do it. That's how you schedule tasks with Lambda and CloudWatch rules, CloudWatch events. So I hope you learned something interesting in this video. I have a lot more video about AWS. Please check them out and give me any feedback if you have some. I'll see you in other videos. Thank you for watching.